yeah, that was the Snails space, and apologize in advance for the microphone quality. I couldn't find my web microphone, so I'm stuck with using my headphones instead. Alright, so let's get started. So all you need to know is that it's just a regular Sawtooth, and has a reverb, vocoder, stereo shaper, and another reverb after that. But let's just go through the details. So let's start off from a new patch, new project file. Alright, so first things first, go to channels, pick the 3x oscillator, route it to channel 1, where we're going to be adding effects to it, and then choose the Sawtooth, and then drop down the other two, the volume of the other two oscillators. So oscillator 2 and 3, the volumes are down. And lower the pitch of the entire oscillator by right-clicking on C7. So now it's relatively low. So now you can just copy-paste the melody, or you can, I copy-pasted the melody, but here's a melody if you want to replicate it. So I have it all. These are normal notes, and then I have a normal C3, a note at C3, and then I have a glide note that glides up to C5, and then a glide note back at the C3. And if you want to, and glide notes, if you want to make one just, or slide notes, if you want to add it, just click on this ramp over here, and then you have the glide note like that. The glide note doesn't really do anything on its own, but if you add it on top of the normal note, it produces that gliding effect. Alright, and then I have another glide note on the bottom, and then same thing over here. Okay, so let's listen to it now. Okay, so obviously it's not the snail sound yet, but now let's add the vocoder, where the magic happens. So use FL Studio's Vocodex over here, and so first off, the bass is a little bit too overpowering in this vocoder, so if you have it on band gain multiplier, feel free to just drag this a little bit down over here. And also, the sound goodizer feature in the vocoder is pretty useful as well, so you can it helps a lot. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the vocoder part, except for this one little part. I find it sounds more like the Snails bass if it's a little towards the male side of the vocoder, so something like that. Okay, so on top of the vocoder, so before the sound reaches the vocoder, we have a reverb. And the reason we have a reverb is to make the sound more full before it gets to the vocoder. Okay, so what you want to do is load up the reverb and then drop down the decay a little bit, down to 0.7 or 0.6, just to make it bigger, so the reverb doesn't slide into the other notes. So maybe half a second is good. Yeah, the key to this is just to experiment. Just experiment and you might get a sound you want. Okay, so then if you listen to Pump It by Snails, he has a really weird and cool stereoized image of the synth. So if you want to achieve that, just go to Presets, Stereoized 3. And there you go. It's relatively simple. Alright, after that, just add a bit more reverb to it after the stereo shaper chain. And the reason you want to do this is that it's nice to preserve the actual acoustics of the reverb as it is and not have it processed through the stereo shaper. Alright. So that's about it, actually. So there you have it. A reverb, vocoder. You barely changed it. Barely changed the settings. Stereo shaper and reverb. The main thing is have a low sawtooth, and then have slide notes or glide notes. Oh, slide notes. Oops. No, it's not set up. Right. But basically, yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll include the patch in the description below. And yeah, have fun producing.